Hey, what's up, everybody? I am the Wrestling Rundown Champion, and I'm here to give you guys my review for Lucha Underground. And this is Season 1, Episode 9. And this episode is called Aztec Warfare. And this episode came out on October. No, this episode was taped on October 5th, 2014, but it was aired on January 7th, 2015. So this must have been weird because I'll just say it now. But let me say this first. We also had Matt Stryker and Vampiro on commentary for this show, but this show must have been weird to watch actually live because Dario Cueto was in the ring cutting a promo talking about how 2015 is going to be a great year for Lucha Underground, and he was saying this on October 5th, 2014. So that must have been weird watching this live in the crowd. I'm just saying, but yeah, he talks about how it's going to be a great year for Lucha Underground in 2015, and he says that tonight somebody is going to be our first Lucha Underground World Champion or whatever they're going to call this title. I don't really remember what he called it. And he said that they're going to have it in a match that I created called Aztec Warfare. And pretty much what he explained this is it's pretty much going to be a Royal Rumble or Gauntlet match if you're just a TNA fan, where two guys will start the win, and every 90 seconds a new guy will enter the ring, and the only difference is that you can be eliminated via pinfall or submission, but there's no countouts or disqualifications. So overall, I like this concept. I mean, it's pretty much a Royal Rumble match, but I thought it was different that you could be eliminated by pinfall or submission. I thought that was different, so I thought that was kind of a unique concept. Um, and I'm just gonna talk about it. So number one, let me actually find it on my. I have it on my computer actually. So number one was Phoenix, since he lost to Mil Mortez on the previous episode. Um, and then number two was Johnny Mundo. Now, Dario Cueto had mentioned that this person had been picked at random, but because of the history between Dario Cueto and Johnny Mundo, it wouldn't put it past me that Dario Cueto actually picked Johnny Mundo to start out the match. And I thought Phoenix and Johnny Mundo had a nice little altercation with each other. I thought they had some nice moves on each other. And then number three was Mr. Cisco. And Mr. Cisco really didn't last too long in this match. He hit a few moves on people, but then Phoenix hits a head scissors into the corner, and then he hits a moonsault on him, and then Johnny Mundo hits the um, end of the world on Mr. Cisco and eliminates him. And then number four comes out. It's King Quano, and I thought King Quano looked pretty strong in this match. Um, he ended up taking out Johnny Mundo and Phoenix throughout this matchup. He had a really cool suicide dive on the outside right onto Johnny Mundo. I'm gonna try to remember every spot that took place in this matchup, but I don't think that's gonna be the easiest task. And Phoenix had a cool flip dive on both Mundo and uh, King Quano. And then number five was Son of Havoc, and Son of Havoc hit a cool 360 dive right onto everybody. That was cool. And then Phoenix hit a flip dive on everybody else. I thought that was really cool. Number six was Pipinelli Escarda, and he ended up making out with Phoenix, which I thought was funny. And he tried to make out with the referee, and he looked pretty good in this match. He had a he teased like he was gonna do a tilt-a-whirl arm drag on the king onto Son of Havoc, but instead he hit it on Johnny Mundo, which I thought looked cool. So I thought he looked pretty strong in this match. And then number seven was Prince Puma, and he immediately went after Johnny Mundo, hit a springboard boot salt on him, and then eventually number eight was um, Evilise. Evilise beat up um, Pimpinelli, and um, Pimpinelli tried to kiss her, and then um, um, King Quano hit a drop kick on him, and then Phoenix hit a super kick on him, and then um, Son of Havoc hit a shooting star press onto Pimpinelli and eliminated him. And then number 9 was Drago, and Drago and King Quana went at it. Drago hit a sick reverse spike DDT onto Johnny Mundo, and then he did the same thing to Prince Puma, which I thought was really cool. And then the eliminations kind of start to happen pretty quickly. I'm gonna list them all off. King Quana went to hit the Thrill of the Hunt on somebody. I don't remember who it was, but Ivelisse interfered by kicking him right in the leg. So then he hit it on Ivelisse, and then which eliminated her. And then Son of Havoc was eliminated by Puma with a Benadryl, which was pretty much a detonate, which is pretty much a fireman's carry into a knee to the head. And then I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to make sure I do this in order. Okay, so I have this all in order so far. And then number 10 came out, and it was Bale. And then number 11 came out, and it was Cortez Castro. And Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo worked together and started beating the crap out of Bale and Castro, and Bale and Cortez, which I thought made sense since they had a past history with them. And Prince Puma eliminated Bale with a stand-and shooting star press, and then Johnny Mundo eliminated Cortez with a running knee strike, and then number 12 came out, and it was Ricky Mandel, and I thought Ricky Mandel looked pretty strong in this match. He hit a dive on the outside. He hit some nice moves in this match, and then number 13 was Big Rick, and Big Rick hit the Uranagi into a rock bottom onto Ricky Mandel, eliminating him, and he really started going off on Johnny Mundo and Prince Puma, and he hit a wicked clothesline onto Phoenix. And then number 14 came out, and it was Pentagon Jr. I thought Pentagon Jr. hit some nice stuff in this matchup. He had a cool Hurricanrana. He hit a Takahashi, which is pretty much a slim blade. I thought he had some cool stuff. And then Superfly was number 15. Superfly hit a suicide dive on the outside and hit a flip dive on the outside on everybody. I thought that looked pretty cool. And then number 16 was Chavo Guerrero Jr. And Chavo Guerrero Jr. came out with a steel chair, and he hit Superfly right in the Oh, I missed some eliminations actually. So I missed some eliminations before Chavo Guerrero Jr. had come out. I forgot the spot. Big Rick picked up Drago like he was gonna give him a Luthez press, but then King Quano wanted him, so he fed him to King Quano, and King Quano hit the Thrill of the Hunt on Drago and eliminated him. And then Johnny Mundo ran in and hit a crucifix pin right onto King Quano and eliminated him. So I apologize for that. And then Chavo Guerrero Jr. had come out. He hit Superfly off the head with a steel chair. And then him and Pentagon Jr. had been an alliance, so Pentagon Jr. and him shook hands like they were going to work together. But then Chavo Guerrero hit him off the head with a steel chair and eliminated Pentagon Jr., which I thought was cool. And then number 17 came out. It was Masakata Sagrada. And he hit a cool head scissors onto everybody. He really started going after Phoenix. He went to go off the apron and hit Phoenix, but Phoenix countered with a drop kick. And then number 18 was Sexy Star, and she beat the crap out of Chavo Guerrero Jr. throughout this match because she wanted to get revenge on him. And then number 19 was El Maraca Loco, and he hit some cool dives and super kicks and stuff in this matchup. I thought he looked pretty strong. And then number 20 was Mil Muertes, and he hit a spear onto Puma, and then he hit a flatliner onto Mariachi Loco, eliminated him. And then I think it was down to the final 6 at this point, where it was Chavo Guerrero Jr., Johnny Mundo, Phoenix, Big Rick, Sexy Star, and Prince Puma. And Sexy Star kept beating the crap out of Chavo Guerrero Jr. And then eventually Guerrero Jr. had slammed her right under the steel chair. And then Chavo Guerrero Jr. was gonna hit a splash right into the chair. But then who came out and made the save? None other than Blue Demon Jr., which I actually thought made sense. Actually, I missed this spot. I forgot to mention some eliminations first. Actually, Big Rick ended up. Everybody tried to work together. Big Wig and Mil Muertes went at it. Actually, I thought that was a cool face off. And then everybody went after Big Rick and um, Mil Muertes, and eventually Johnny Mundo hits End of the World, and then Chavo Guerrero Jr. throws him out of the ring. Um, Puma hits a Prince Puma hits a running shooting style press, and Chavo Guerrero throws him out, and then Phoenix hits a 450 splash, and Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Phoenix both get on Big Rick and pin him, and then he gets eliminated. And then Chavo Guerrero Jr. hits Phoenix off the head with a steel chair and eliminates him. And then it was down pretty much to the final. Um, and then it kind of brings us to the big spot where Blue Demon Jr. returned. And I thought Blue Demon Jr. made sense to return here. You know, he came out and cost Chavo Guerrero Jr. The Lucha Underground World Championship. This was a perfect place for him to bring him back. And he threw him off the top turnbuckle. And Sexy Star hit him off the head with the steel chair and eliminated him. And then Blue Demon Jr. tells Chavo Guerrero Jr. that he's not done with him yet. And then we're down to the final four. It was Sexy Star, Johnny Mundo, Prince Puma, and Mil Muertes. And Mil Muertes eliminates Sexy Star with a spear. And then it's down to the final three. And Prince Puma hits a zigzag on Mundo. And Big Rick hits a wicked clothesline on him. And then not Big Rig. Mil Muertes hits a big clothesline on him. Puma and Mundo hit a double superplex onto Mil Muertes. And then eventually Phoenix and Katrina, who was ringside with Mil Muertes, ends up interfering in the matchup against Prince Puma. So Prince Puma tries to pull her into the ring, but Mil Muertes almost knocks her off, and then Johnny Mundo independently hits a springboard spin kick on Katrina, and Mil Muertes gets pissed, and then Prince Puma hits a springboard drop kick, and then Puma and Mundo both hit springboard 450 splashes and end up eliminating Mil Muertes, and then we're down to Johnny Mundo and Prince Puma. And I actually thought this made sense. I like the fact that it came down to those two. These were both guys that main evented the first episode of Lucha Underground, so it made sense for them to be the final two to decide the first ever Lucha Underground champion. And you really didn't know who was going to win this match. And you had a lot of cool spots in this matchup. Prince Puma hit a Spanish fly from the top turnbuckle. Johnny Mundo kicked out of it. Prince Puma hit a suicide dive on the outside. Johnny Mundo hit End of the World, and Prince Puma kicked out of it. And then the finish came when Prince Puma hit the 360 onto Johnny Mundo, and he got the win, and he's the first ever Lucha Underground World Champion. And I actually like that. You know, I like Prince Puma a lot. He's a great talent, and he deserved to win this title. And yeah, it really could have been anybody in this match. It could, well, probably not some people. I forgot to mention Masato Sagrada was eliminated by Big Rick, but that's besides the point. But yeah, it could have been anybody in this matchup. It could have even been Mil Muertes. Could have been Chavo Guerrero Jr. Could have been Phoenix. Could have been Pentagon Jr., King Quano, or Drago. So you really didn't know who was going to win. I thought Prince Puma made the most sense. And Johnny Mundo really could have been him because of the feud he's got going on with Dario Cueto. And afterwards, Johnny Mundo raises his hand and respects. And Conan comes out and celebrates with Prince Puma, since Conan's like his manager and stuff. And I like this. I'm excited to see what Prince Puma does as Lucha Underground World Champion. And yeah, he's a great talent, so it made sense for him to win. So As for this match, I'll give it 4 stars. I thought it was a great Aztec warfare. And as for the show, I thought it was great. I mean, the whole show really was the Aztec warfare match, which made sense because it probably takes a while to do this match. But if I had to rate this show, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10, which is a B plus. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and on the Talkinator YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.